Fuck that nigga, ay. Oh yeah, it's time to mix it up and get your glow, girl. I know that you gon' get it, you got so much. Don't let nobody tell you that it's over. I want you to know that, girl, you got it, you got it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck that nigga.
Number 5, no standards. Any man who wants to get to know a woman, if he's worth getting to know, he wants to gauge what are your standards. You know, how high is too high, how low is insufficient for you. So any man who has no interest, trust me, it's an easy red flag that this is not gonna go anywhere. And another thing is when men assume you have no standards. When a man, this is so easy for me. I love it. I love that you guys do this for the men that are watching. You know, I love when a man assumes that I have no standards and comes at me as if I have no bars, no boundaries. And I appreciate his boldness. I appreciate it. I'm not flattered, but I appreciate it because that's an easy X right on his face that I am not interested, because you only assume what you are seeking. I would not look at anybody that I don't know. I'm gonna come at them any kind of way and it's gonna be okay with them. It's gonna be all right. That is just, who entertains that? I don't know. I don't know who these women are that is making it and made it bad for us. I have no idea where they at. I don't know why they. Okay. Any man worth having, he wants to know if the woman he's interested in has standards. He wants to feel he is qualified through a strategic process. He doesn't want to be handed whatever he's appearing to look for in you on a silver platter, regardless of his character, regardless of his own standards. You know, women, we have to not only have standards, but men, we have to be interested in what their standards are. That's the surefire way to gauge whether or not you and that person are compatible. If they are looking for weed, alcohol, some pills, you know, and you don't smoke, you don't drink, and you ain't never popped an aspirin, let alone pills, why are you entertaining this dude? Because he fine? Because he got a nice car? Don't be so shallow, you know? Don't do it to yourself. You know, if you know what this person's character is, you will have an idea what their standards are, but that doesn't mean assume. So still ask, like, where you at? Where you going? Why is this important to you, and why? You know, these questions have to be asked to us and by us so that we can eliminate a lot of regrets, okay? Sometimes men will lose interest in a woman just because she was just too easy. Like, she didn't even have any standards. Like, he was like, you want to do this? She was like, sure. You want to do that? No problem. Hey, how about we have a threesome? Oh, I'm game. I never did it before, but hey, since you asked, like, just no boundaries. We cannot do this in 2021 moving forward. We cannot do this anymore, ladies. We have got to say, have you lost your mind? You know, I know we had plans this weekend and I was looking forward to them, but all that's canceled. I am not that person you think that I am. If you think that I think so low of myself and that my standards are non-existent to the point to where you would even suggest or ask me to do certain things. Like, women, we have to know how to set the tone and be firm on it. We as women, I've seen it with my own eyes where women will, and I've done it before too. So I'm not just talking to you guys, because I've done this, where I have started off with the guy and I was very firm on, okay, so I don't do this, I don't do that, and if I do it, it's not like anytime soon. Like, I had my list in my head, and then I had my list that I spoke on, and I really meant it. I meant it, you know. But when that person that I was getting to know started seeing inconsistencies in other areas, they started picking up on the fact that I might be inconsistent in my standards. So they tried me, like literally tried me, offered offered for me to be in a threesome with his baby mama. And I was like, you know, I actually played along at first just to see who she was, because it was as if he had it lined up already. And I'm like, okay, so you just had her on the back burner just waiting for you to give her the call that I'm on my way or something? And he was like, I don't want to expose her and everything, but you know, unless you say yes, I'm not gonna tell you who it is. So I went along with it because I wanted to know, who is this person, like, that's just always ready to whoever he bring home, you know, to her house. And by the way, this guy, I was not dating him. I was just being friendly, I would say, with him, and we fell out. And so in the form of an apology, like, cause I was the bad guy. So I was like, forgive me. I won't do it again. I'll be this way. I'll be that way. I will, like, and ladies never beg, ever. That is so, I can't believe I did that. And then looking back at who it was, total joke. And some of y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyways, and it's not my ex, because I did not date this person. So anyways, I just wanted this person to be back in my space, you know? So I was like, I'll do anything. And he was like, you know what? He said, the only way I'll forgive you for what you did is if you have a threesome. I was like, oh? I was expecting you to say, like, buy me dinner or something. This dude said, eat another woman's vagina. I was like, oh, wow. So you ready, you know, tonight? He was like, you know, I ain't playing. I'll be on my way. I was like, but you know who? Like, I'm not gonna expose her, you know, unless, you know, you gonna do it. Cause you know, I joke, but I don't play. Now y'all done caught that. If you know who be saying that all the time, then you know who I'm talking about. I joke, but I don't play. I was like, oh, okay, well, tell me. And then I found out who this Sir, the only thing I'm gonna ever call you about again in life is math, okay? Like, if I got any questions, because he was really smart in math. That's it. Other than that, support me in my business endeavors or something like that, but to come to my house, be in my bed, in my space, never. Anyways, so point of that story time was to tell how I had decreased my own standards that I had set. I did it, like I said, in other ways, in subtle ways. So when I gave off that inconsistency of not meaning what I say and not saying what I mean, like, he just felt like he could play with me like that, you know? And then me going along with it just to be nosy did not help. I will never do that again. I will never even imply that being disrespected or accosted like that is just whatever. So I just want to say, stop pre-approving men to have access to your heart and your feelings by announcing that you have no pedigree. You have no pedigree. You know, like, you have a girlfriend, doesn't matter. You have a wife, well, she don't know what hurt her. You know, you fresh out of jail, you know, that's okay. Like, all of these things, you know, they tend to have whiplash that comes after. It's an after effect that we don't think about. We just in the moment, you know, like, that's the only thing, the only moment we will have. We cannot live our lives like that and expect to grow and to be whole and sane, because we will put ourselves in some of the most dangerous or crazy or unhealthy toxic situations and expect to come out of it sane just because the relationship is no longer. Like, whew, that relationship's over. So all the toxicity and the drama that relationship brought in my life, you know, the high blood pressure, that's gonna walk out the door when he does. When I ask him to leave, all of that's gonna follow him. All the baggage with is gonna magically disappear. Like, stop pre-approving men to have access to your heart and emotions by announcing that you have no pedigree. You have no standards, you have no emotional or moral or even a sexual compass. There's nothing that you won't do. There's no boundaries, okay? Have standards, ladies.
Fuck that nigga, hey. Oh yeah, it's time to mix it up and get your glow, girl. I know